All right, all right, all right. It is Friday night, 5:30 approximately. It's cold, miserable, rainy in America. Hey, Timmy, it's good to see you. I'm helping the Yank out. He's having technical issues. So I'm going to substitute in for him so we can get his bugs worked out so that he can do his live stream. So if you would shout us out, I would greatly appreciate that, Timmy. And while he's working on, trying to get his machine to work properly, I am going to do the substitute teacher role for him, I guess. So let's see. Timmy, how have you been? I hope you've been well today. And let me copy this. I'm trying to get a few things done. Let's see if it works. Are you there? No microphone, Mr. Yank. You are you on a laptop or a desktop? Laptop. So you've had to turn off your microphone somehow. Um, Maybe we can get some people to help us with your laptop. Let's see. So on my laptop, if I remember right, because I'm using a desktop currently, if you go to like where the speakers are, that also helps you get into where your microphone is. Timmy Tony's having troubles with his microphone, so we're trying to help him turn his microphone on. And he's on a laptop. So if you have any suggestions, I'm not super computer savvy. My wife's not here. She's out shopping and enjoying the Friday evening, leaving me all home alone. But that's okay. So maybe under like your settings and accessibilities or accessibilities is where that is. While we're doing this, I'm gonna Google it and try to help out here. I don't get attacked. So basically, you want to go maybe to your Windows, the little Windows icon it says, go to settings, the little gear, systems to sound. And in sound settings, go to input, choose your input device, and select microphone or recording device that you want to use. So that's what it's saying to install or to test. So under to test a microphone that has already been installed, which is probably the one in your laptop, make sure your microphone is connected to your PC, of course. Do the exact same thing. Go to the Windows icon, go to settings. Let's see. We want to go to the little Windows icon. We want to go to settings, the gear. I'm looking mine up while we do it. And let's see. System here. What are we looking at? Sound, master volume, input. Yep. So under sound, you got output and input. And it's like choose your input device would be the microphone HD webcam that I use. So, and it even says down here you can test it. And mine is showing it working because I can see a green line doing this as I speak to you. I don't know if that helps any or not. Hey, James, we're having troubles with Mr. Yank's microphone tonight, so I'm kind of being a substitute teacher, and we're helping him fix his laptop. So we think his microphone may have been turned off somehow. So, James, how are you doing? What's up with you, my friend? Hey, thanks for the information about the vest thing, the zipper. You know, I just never, and I have a lot of clothes and I have a lot of nice clothes, but that one just kind of stumped me. Why do you have two little thingies? So, and it kind of makes sense after you explained it. So, I appreciate that. I really do. Well, we hope you're doing good, my friend. I've dropped the StreamYard link in there if anybody wants to pop up. And Mr. Yank, just so that you know, from my side of the screen, I can tell that your microphone is off because, where it's your name, it shows that it's turned off. So it shows that you're muted. So do you have your Windows setting bar? That little windows, those four little windows? Okay, did you click on it and go to settings? So you go to settings, and under settings, you're going to be looking for sound. And under sound, that's where mine is. Mr. Yank, can you type what type of laptop you're using? Is it a Dell? Is it it's an IBM, right? I'm sure it's not a Mac. So maybe put in the private chat or whatever the chat there, what you're using, and maybe somebody can kind of come in and help you figure it out. Whether it's an HP, a Dell, something of that nature. i7, i5, ThinkPad. We got, the weird thing is, you know, um, I used my laptop every day in my real job before I retired, my work job, my teaching job. And I still have it. I have a 20-year-old laptop and it weighs probably 20 pounds, big, heavy thing that I taught with. And I took all over the country with me as a guest speaker and a guest lecturer that had all my notes and PowerPoints and training presentations on. And I still have it and it still works. It still works. I use it every once in a while to play games on the internet. So, real happy about that. Mine's what is that thing? It's an HP. And back 20 years ago, I paid an ungodly amount for a poor, struggling teacher back in those days. I paid like $1,500 for this laptop. So that was big, big money back then. Well, it's big money now too, but now you can buy the same laptop for $500 all day long. So, or better, the equivalent modern version better. So, but I can tell your microphone is off. Yeah. So I can't even choose to mute you, Mr. Yank, because you are muted on your end. So that's what a StreamYard is telling me. Um, and I don't think and I don't have the advanced StreamYard, so I don't think I can pull up a Windows type format where I could show you how to do it. I'm not that smart. So I could probably, well, maybe I could just turn the camera. It'll be kind of messy, but here, I'm going to it'll be a messiness. Man, I have too many windows open, guys. I've been doing a lot of work today on things, but let me see if I can show you. See that window there? Find that. Go to that. So here you find settings right here. See that one? So let's go back. So we got our windows that says start, those 4 little windows. Yeah. Click on that. Come here to settings is where mine is. All right. Sound, master volume, troubleshooting, input, microphone. And I don't know if you can see it. You can see mine's working there. I could change mine by clicking down that. That helped? Probably not. And that's kind of where mine is, Mr. Yank. But yeah, today's been a busy day. Actually, I've slept half the day. And then I've been working on some auction stuff because, you know, I'm doing some auctions, trying to learn about some things. So I got like 5 million websites open here, which I need to probably close some of those. And the beautiful wife worked today, and then she they had a go lay down, poo-poo. I guess a late Christmas party at her job. So she went and did that. And now she messaged me and told me that she is going to go to JC Penney, and do a little looking and seeing. That's what I did today. I got some new health insurance for this year. So I have, I worked on that today, getting some of the things set up. Sullivan's Irish Club, good to see you. I'm substituting in for the Yank today. If you'll shout us out, we appreciate it. He is having difficulty. Christians around, he can help too. So we're trying to get him some help there. And until then, everybody's welcome to join us tonight. And then if he can get going, we'll switch it back over into his control. So troubleshooting mic issues. Are you using the correct mic? Check the settings. There's my friend.
What's up, David? Tony?
Well, Tony's having troubles tonight, so we're trying to help him.
Word.
He's having difficulties with his microphone. So we're trying to get him. That's right. You got to click the settings buttons to check which microphone it is. So James says, are you using a headset or a mic with a mute button? Oh, that's a good point. If your headset has a mute button, you may accidentally hit the mute button on the microphone and or the mute button on the computer.
Yeah, figure it out.
What are you doing, my friend?
Not about falling asleep. I just ate, and I'm like this, nodding.
What did you eat? Tell me.
I had a couple of drumsticks with some avocado ranch dressing.
I had tuna fish. The kind that comes in a pouch, not the kind that comes in a dress.
Oh, right. We don't want to make that mistake.
So,
shit. It's brutal out there. Rain here all day.
Yeah, it was sunny here all day, partly sunny here all day, but it's still cool and, you know.
All right. Okay. Shit. Oh. I've wound up falling asleep right on cam.
James makes up a good point. Sometimes I've learned on my browser has a mute button also. So So this latest computer that we got back has where you can mute the browser, which I didn't know.
Oh,
So that's a good point, James.
You can mute the browser?
Hey, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
No, no shit. Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this now?
Hey, Tim.
I don't know what I did, man.
Hey, Tim.
I messed something
How are
up.
you? We got some backfeed going on, but we can hear you.
What you got?
Tim, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing.
Ooh.
What did you say?
The Yank is having microphone issues.
I got what?
So we are assisting in that endeavor. Ronald's having horrible rainy weather. I'm just having cold weather.
All right.
What are you having in the Philippines, Tim? James, what's your weather out in California?
Jonah was telling me it was raining in the P. That was last night.
Raining in the sea.
You figured it out yet?
Nah.
All right. So James says blow really hard into your microphone. There may be some dust clogging it up.
The microphone, man. It's fucking in the computer.
We know it. Well, your computer microphone. We know how you like to blow hard. So
You got a camera mic?
Yeah.
Built into the laptop or whatever.
yeah, up top maybe probably. But we can hear you now. We're just getting some back feed, and you're very, very low.
Back feet low, huh?
Yeah, it's like you have your YouTube
Probably
open
like
also.
stuff that I didn't need to be touching.
You're getting better.
What's up, brother? Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, huh?
The link or whatever you call it. It's been, come on. Tim says it's been a constant rain and cold in the, I can't be cold in the Philippines.
100%
What is it, 80?
Baguio? No, it's been cold. It was like 70, 76.
It's good weather.
It's cold to them, of course, you know. The humidity's gone.
Yeah, so if you don't see what James is saying there, Mr. Yank, he says to have you to bring the microphone closer to you and see if that helps, and turn off anything else that is hooked up to the internet because of the static or the reverb. Maybe you have your YouTube page open also, or two of them from earlier. Yeah, he's done that. He's restarted it once or twice. So we'll let him restart it again and see if that helps. So
if he knows that the FN button on the keyboard, if there's a speaker at the top of the keyboard too, it could be turned off. And the mic. He'll be back.
yeah, he's fine. He's but you know, Mr. Yank has a tendency to touch things when he shouldn't.
I know. That's why he got in trouble in Catholic school. Oh man, my leg is just killing me.
So James is getting rainy weather out in California too.
Oh,
I saw that, but you guys west need the rain. You guys need God's amounts of moisture. So you don't
not
need
anymore.
and the landslides, but you know, you guys are years behind in rainfall. Tim says they would 70 degrees for a high. Wow. 70 for a high. Now
Global warming, baby.
That's amazing. For the
And they're not even hold on.
right. That's amazing for the Philippines. I agree. That is definitely chilly. Chilly. Kind of chilly for us too, but nothing like that. So, well, 70 degrees is a little chilly to be honest. We keep our house during the winter at 70 degrees because I don't like a house to be really warm. I'm not a man, I got to have it 80 degrees all the time during the winter. And we keep it about 72 degrees during the summer. So 70 is, and I like to be a little cool, I guess is my point. Yeah, I heard buzzing too. I heard some buzzing and then some backfeed, like he had multiple YouTube channels open or pages open, because he's had about four different new starts, so he may have left some of those open. But I agree with you. I think his mic's either maybe there's something wrong, and so there may not be a cable there, but I think his audio mixer, or the fact that he something just got incorrectly set, because he said he was um, trying to do some stuff earlier today, much earlier today, and on a live stream he was on somebody else's live stream and it didn't work. So it didn't work at all for him. So what's happening in your world, Jer? Are you, what is it, cold, wintry? What's going on, over in your world, your part of the world? But yeah, today was a busy day. It's a new year. I have new health insurance. I spent a bunch of phone calls going back and forth, getting everything switched over and converted over, and doing a little bit of paperwork like that. And then I took two naps. So when I got up this morning, I was tired, so I went back and took a nap. And I've been having some heart issues lately, so I getting ready to work on that a little bit, and I think that's why I'm taking so many naps. But so, and then I got up, did a little bit of work, and like I told everybody earlier, the beautiful wife is out shopping. Another work day, and then she decided while she was close, they went to Dave and Buster's for a party, a work event. And if you don't know what Dave and Buster's is, I guess it's something like Chuck E. Cheese for adults, where you go play games and eat food. So, and then that's really close to J.C. Penney's, JCP, which she likes to shop at. So she went over there to go shopping. So Tim haven't even used the air conditioner since. That's great, man. That's money in your pocket there, buddy. Money in the pocket. I hate using air conditioner and or heater, period. And I'll tell you, here's something that weird happened to us. This house that we had built was brand new, of course. And the builder's an okay builder. I wouldn't give him two thumbs up. I might give him a half a thumb, you know. But but it's a brand new house, right? And I like to change my air filters because I'm an old indoor air quality specialist. So I change my air filter every month regularly. And I purchased some online from a company out of California. So I bought 12 of them. And apparently they're too thick. So which means it doesn't allow enough air to go through. So I had to go back to the traditional ones that I buy at Walmart that are really good quality, better brand. So this is kind of like a generic brand because I thought I could save a couple $100. But when the cold snap came on and it was minus 20 something degrees here, our furnace was having a lot of problems with it. And I discovered it was my air. I did some studies with some meters, and I had restricted airflow because of these new filters. It wasn't allowing enough air through my system and choking it. So I got rid of those and put the good quality Honeywells in, and now I haven't had any troubles. So hopefully our next cold spell, we won't have to burn the fireplace, because this time, those 3 or 4 days that we had sub-zero weather, we actually had to turn our fireplace on to heat our house. It got so cold because the heater wasn't keeping up, but that's why it wasn't. So James says it's 59 here in San Francisco. The moment, no rain, just cloudy skies. Now, I've only been through San Francisco, but everything I know about San Francisco, it's actually a cold city, right? It's kind of one of those like Seattle, supposedly cold and dreary and damp, kind of miserable at times, from what I understand, with the fog come rolling in. I know it's a pretty city and it has a lot of good seafood, but I also know that it has a reputation to being kind of, cold and wintry. But so that's what we've been doing today. And what else is going on in the world of news? What's going on over in the Philippines? Anything exciting? I haven't been keeping up with the news in the Philippines. We talked to family the other day, and they all seem to be doing good. We, sent over stuff for New Year's, and everybody seemed to have a good New Year over there this year. Last year was horrible due to the typhoon, but this year in the Philippines, it seems back to normal almost. A lot of our friends and families we visited with, and they all seem to be doing well. They all had internet, they all had electricity, and they all had water for New Year's, which is something we did not have last year. So, so I told him, I said, anytime, I was telling my brother that lives here in the United States the other day, he called, we were visiting. And he's like, so how'd your New Year go? And I said, well, I had running water so I could flush the toilet. And I had electricity, so I wasn't, dying. So, yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I mean, we had utilities. So I was really happy with New Year this year. And we did do all of our Filipino traditions. So in hopes that that's going to bring us great luck for this next year, we made sure not to eat chicken. So we didn't serve any chicken, but we did the 13 fruits. We did ringing in the coins and the rice and the pork and the candies. We did all of those traditional things. Tim, do you have to do all of the 13 fruits and things in your household over there? Do you guys do that? We take coins and shake them and rattle them and open the windows and put all the hot air out and bring in all the cold air, or vice versa. So we do all of that stuff, and so we made sure to appease the New Year fortune. Last year we were dead in the water, so we didn't get to do any celebrating. So this year we took advantage of it. Made sure we had plenty of food on hand that we ate, and we followed the concept of your last meal of the new year is supposed to be a good meal, and your first meal of the last meal of the last year has to be good. The first meal of the new year has to be good. So the rule is you eat basically right before midnight, really good food. And then in about an hour or whatever, right after midnight, you just eat the same food. That's really good food for your first meal of the new year. So we did all of that. You don't do the fruits? we do the fruits, and we have since we've been married. It's really, 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 really hard sometimes to find 13 round fruits in the center of America, dead of winter. It can be a real challenge. Some of the guys here on YouTube, on our groups here, suggest it, and I thought about this, and I asked my wife, and she said no. That if you got to have 13 fruits for New Year's, and you're going to do it every year, why don't we just buy fake fruit, right? And somebody came up with that. I don't know, I don't remember who it was, but one of our friends here on YouTube land. So I'm like, that's a great concept. Just, buy really good quality, fake 13 fruits. And then every year you put them away like Christmas ornaments. Then you bring them back out. And I thought, man, that is absolutely brilliant. Yeah. But there's a problem with that. The problem with that is, my wife says, if the fruit is fake, then the money will be fake. So you don't want to be bringing in fake money. So that's, different fruit. Has to be 13 different fruit. So that was the first year we were together, Tim. That was my deal. Oh, that's great. 13 fruits. That's easy. Hell, just get,
moment that I thought I
just get a bag of grapes and we're good. And she's like, no, it can't be that. Yeah. Yeah.
What's on? Is that his live still? Where is
No, well, he's having difficulty. So I'm substituting for him. I'm the substitute teacher. And he's trying to get his microphone turned back on because his microphone's not working on his laptop.
So that's his?
No, that's Ronald. He had to take a phone call. So he's working on that, and he's going to come back. And if he gets his working again, then I'll let him do his own. But
I will go to the other office. I need to finish my.
didn't like my explanation. Is that what it is? Just torn them off.
No.
You see that, guys? I'm explaining to her what's going on, and she just wanders off like what I say has no importance and no relevance whatsoever. No more jury for you.
F that one. I got money to buy.
So no more. So all
Hi,
right.
Ronald. You don't get it?
He's probably not back yet.
Okay. I'm gonna bye now.
Okay, go bye
Did
now.
you eat already? Or I
Yeah.
will with you.
No, go ahead.
I need to finish the job.
We'll go
Because
finish.
I got like the director told give me offer me something to do.
Okay, go finish. All right. I forgot where I was, but anyway. So so I thought that was well, we're at the grapes, right? The fruit, the 13 different fruits that we have to do. Fresh 13 different types of fruit. But man, I thought, wow, that's really brilliant. Get 13 fake fruits and you're good, right? No. No can do. No can do. So that was a pud mud thing, I didn't like that, but what are you gonna do? You gotta do what the wife wants for her celebrations. Ronald, how are you? Everything okay? I think your microphone's off, Ronald. Or mute it. Bunch of single grapes. Yeah. But from what we have talked to everybody seemed to have a pretty decent New Year's here in the States and in the Philippines. So, Ronald, how was yours? I think you're muted, Ronald. Auntie Grace, good to see you. Thank you. We appreciate you. I'm being a substitute host tonight for the Yank in the Philippines. His computer's acting up and he's working on that. So I'm trying to hold down the fort for him and see what we can do until then. So we appreciate you being here, Auntie Grace. If you want to shout us out, that'd be great. If you want to come up and join us, we'd love to have you. We appreciate all your live streams. You do a good job with your live streams, and I know you had the one idiot the other day bugging you, but as I try to tell you, just don't stress over those haters. Haters are going to be haters, and crazy people are going to be crazy, and we're all better than that. Yeah, well, can't do the fake ones because then the money is going to be fake. Because the 13 different fruits is apparently what helps to bring in the blessings for the new year. So yeah, if you do the fake ones, but yeah, but the problem is then I got to turn around and eat the 13 real fruits too. Now I've eaten a bunch of the grapes, the blueberries, I love raspberries. So I got left is an orange, a grapefruit, which you're not supposed to have because it has a little sourness to it. They're all supposed to be sweet fruits. I got the pineapple left. I've had the cantaloupe. So I'm eating a lot of fruit, trying to get them eat up. So, yeah. Auntie Grace does great live streams. If you guys don't know, if you haven't been to her channel, you should do that. And if you haven't made friends with everybody else here, go ahead and do that. She has good live streams. But the other day, she had somebody who was being a dick on her live stream. So we didn't appreciate, people being mean on live streams. There's no reason for any of that. And because I know Auntie Grace doesn't ever do any harm to anybody. So there's no reason for, BS like that. Can I help you again? No? Auntie Grace, my wife, just got home. You just missed her. She been out shopping. Because that's what wives do, right? They go shopping. Oh, I see. She's messaging somebody. That's why the phone is doing whatever the phone is doing there. I'm going to sometimes you got to be smarter than the technology that you own, which is for me, it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge for me. So I'm not the smartest boy in the book, so to speak. I used to be smart, but now I'm not. So let me do something real quick, guys. All right. All right. Hey, David's Island Life and Adventures. How are you, man? It's good to have you. We appreciate you. This is usually the Yank hour, but tonight he's having difficulties with his. He's working on that, so I told him I would hold the fort down for him, and as soon as he kind of gets back up and going, we maybe switch it over to him. But David, how are you doing over there? Or how are things on the island? How did you celebrate New Year? Was it good? Was it bad? How's your weather? We've been talking about that a little bit. Tim says being smarter than the technology is very difficult. It is for us old guys. You see these little 1-year-old babies, in the crib with the pacifier over here on an iPhone, going, holy crap, how the hell did that happen? So Tim says hello to David. Auntie Grace is in the house, and the guys, if you guys don't know her, make sure you like and subscribe to each other's channels. You got to make sure, one thing weird going on in YouTube land is this. I probably have had, I don't know, 60 or 70 new subscribers in a week, and YouTube takes away one of the questions that I've talked to people about is, I wonder how the YouTube Shorts is playing in. So I think what a lot of people do is they go and watch somebody's short, which is less than a minute, and then they subscribe to the channel, like, subscribe, and do all of that. But if I understood the YouTube rules to start with in the beginning, didn't you have to watch at least 2 minutes of a video before you could subscribe and it take hold? So I wonder if that's playing a role in some of that. I don't know. So I don't know. Anybody has thoughts on that? So they're good over on the island, man. Good deal. Appreciate that. David says hello to the professor. He's probably on the phone with some hot chick in the Philippines, because that's what he does. He has so many of them. He dates 100 of them at a time. J3 in the house. How are you?
Doing good there, Dave. How about you?
Doing good. I'm substituting tonight for the Yank. He's having computer issues. He's fixing it. And if he gets back going, then we'll let him have his slot back. But for now, I'm kind of doing this. So if you want to shout us out and while he's working on that. Tim says he didn't enjoy the noise of the new year. Tim, we didn't have any noise in our neighborhood. This neighborhood was really quiet. Like that we're the only people that look to be awake in this neighborhood. So Joe, what's up in your world, man?
Not much.
Say hi to everybody.
How's it going there, Tim, David, Grace, Professor, when you come back, James?
Yeah, James is here. The Yank was here, but he's somewhere now trying to turn his mic back on.
Timmy, if you're still in there.
So what have you been doing today, Mr. Joe?
Not much. Trying to just relax around.
Oh, hey, I won the lottery today. Did I tell you guys?
Oh, you got one bill?
I won $2. I won $2. I quit. I'm never coming back to YouTube again. I won $2. I hit the big time. I can retire now. Well, wait, I'm already retired. Hell, the way gas and food is, $2 won't even buy you. You can't even get a $2 soda at the gas station anymore, can you?
No.
Aren't they like $1.99 for a little bottle of Coke or something at the gas station?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then when you add the tax, it's like $2.25.
David says hello to you and thanks. Tim says I measured the decibel level and it was not. Holy shit! Wow, sustainable. That's from an OSHA standpoint, that's a violation. You should have went out there and told all the Filipinos they're in violation of American law. That's what you should have done. So yeah, 90. Yeah, that's wow. Was it the music? Well, in the Philippines, it's the music. I mean, when we were in our condo in the Philippines, the music was so loud, you could hear it, and it was way, not in the condo building, but way down in the little, how do I say, the little Nipa hut area on a piece of property adjacent that would have took me 20 minutes to walk to. But you could hear it. Friday nights, they got the karaoke. They had no running water, no plumbing, but they got a karaoke machine out there with a generator on Friday and Saturday nights, drinking and raising hell. So you got to love them. Got to love them.
That's always fun.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. It was interesting. That was on in Newtown, Mactan. So because it's kind of a interesting concept in Newtown, Mactan. You have all these big, beautiful high-rise buildings and shops and things, and then you still have little pockets of the Nipa huts or the shanty towns or whatever you want to call them. Well, why is he calling me? All right. Well, so you're more important. Did you guys hear that? Everybody hear that? Lorelai says that her talking to her tita is more important than Anthony calling me. Huh. You guys hear that, right? I'm just saying. Let me see if I can figure out.
Yeah, just hopefully everybody had a good New Year this year.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can figure out, because you know me, I'm not real smart technology wise. Tim and I've already discussed that. Phone numbers. How do you find the phone numbers on a phone? Contacts. Man, I really am getting old. Let's see if I can call them. Everybody can hear. He probably thinks I'm going to call him on Messenger. Oh, here's something interesting, guys, or funny. You know, how do you get to Messenger? Here's Messenger. Yesterday, I called. Oh, we had problems with our phone bill. You know, Lorelai got a new phone for Christmas. One of the many, many things she got. I got like a $30 item. She got like 20 presents. And not that I'm jealous or upset, but you know, I'm just saying.
Well,
But
you got to get one present more for her each and every year.
yeah, well, yeah, she got more than that. So she got a whole entire, you know, shopping mall. But
I'm just saying.
yeah, I called the phone bill people, and Joe and I have talked about this. And I love calling the phone bill of the people. And I'm talking to this guy, a guy this time, not a girl. And he did a great job fixing the problem. And I asked him, I said, so what part of the Philippines you in? He's like, oh, well, I'm in, you know, Cebu. And I'm like, oh, so you're at the IT park. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So which building exactly are you? I had a nice little talk with him about the Cebu, you know, about living. He, during the typhoon when we got slaughtered last year, his wife was pregnant during it. And
Is
they
that
were
right?
hardships with this pregnant wife during that time, trying to get her to a safe place that had air conditioning and water. Being, I guess she was 9 months or 8 months pregnant. So, but I told him, I said, man, us Americans are pussies. You know, you Filipinos, you guys just rolled at that destruction like there was nothing going on. Us, we bitched and complained and suffered. So,
Oh, some, but not all.
Tim says it was 4 p.m., 9 to 5. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm a believer, and maybe this is because I'm an old fart, Tim, guy, that once 1 o'clock comes around in the new year, it's time to go away. It's time to go to bed. So that was something interesting, talking to, you know, to reminisce about Mactan and the IT park and, you know, his poor wife going through the typhoon like we had to, you know. So I don't know where the Yank went. I guess he's still working on his stuff.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Loud
Well,
and clear.
I would have been able to come in, but you're gabbing too much, and I started up a new thing.
Hang on. My wife's yelling at me, Yank. What?
and I thought, what the hell for? And now I turn on the only way I could come on here is if I uh, put on my headset. That's the only
Okay.
way.
Okay.
I don't know whatever I did, when I was trying to do what you were telling me to do, that messed it up to where it won't work like this now.
Ah.
So,
Is that what you're
uh,
saying?
what?
So you're blaming it on
I
me?
think it was all about having more than one YouTube or
Yeah.
live on.
Yeah.
So, but if I turn this headset off, you won't be able to hear me.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
I don't know what it could be now.
well, so it still must be where you select which microphone.
Oh yeah, but listen. I didn't touch nothing today.
Computers, man.
So when I logged it on, and I had it on there probably 2 or 3 times because I was closing this and that and it was still there. So whatever I was trying to correct that didn't need correcting, I screwed that up now. Yeah. Thanks there, Professor. I appreciate that, man.
I know, man.
Ay, this is, you know, but if I turn this headset off, that's it. So I have no idea what would that, I don't want to F around with it now because it may not work at all.
Well, David,
Yeah.
Islands Life and Adventure has a good question for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody have any goals for the
Hell yeah.
What? Okay.
Get the hell out of America. That's what I'm talking.
I know the Yanks' goal is to get the hell out of America.
Yeah. I vote for that.
Joe, what's your goal?
Get back to the Philippines.
There
Of
you
course.
go. Absolutely. I'm
Mm,
with you on that one.
David, do you have any? Tim, do you have any goals?
I've had enough of this cold.
Tim says the computer is haunted.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know if I have any goals for this year except for maybe to put money in the bank.
I had this other. Well, you keep spending it, man.
You know, that's
You're not running your finances like the Democrats run the government, are you?
absolutely not.
Spending more than you're taking in?
Absolutely not. I just like having a big nest egg.
Raise the debt ceiling?
Yeah.
Yeah, David saying he's going to go in July.
Yeah.
Grace wants to go back home
Oh yeah.
now.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
looking anywhere from February or early April.
Yeah. Well, okay. Now look, well, that's my goal every year, David, is to drop weight.
So what's new with you there, Joe?
Canada. Tim
Oh,
wants Canada. Nice. All right. Canada, the United States. Well, Tim, if you make it back to the U.S., look us up.
I've got new videos coming out.
Okay. Shout them out.
I've got a new video work that I'm working on right now. Recorded in Springfield, Missouri. History on the Square. It's going to be almost like a half-hour video.
You
Just
do.
did a quick walkthrough.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell I did with this, man. I got all kinds, but it's the more I get into all this baloney here, the more I don't want to do it. I think when I get back there, I'll be, if I do any live streams, it'll be at like 8 o'clock my time over there, or 9, because I found myself in the morning before wasting half my day,
Yeah.
because you don't feel like doing nothing after you've been on here for 3-4 hours.
Oh God, no, that is a waste of half a day. That's why I always limit mine to 2 hours.
Yeah, well, I would have liked to have, but it just turns out that way sometimes.
If my wife is not listening, then the rule is this: if there's really pretty girls on it, then hey, we'll go all day long.
Yeah, man. I don't know what I did
Yeah,
here, but
2 hours is about what I do. Whoop, there we go.
well,
Also, Tim says he may have to come back for some medical here in the States. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm here for.
I
Me
can
too.
relate. I can relate to
Hey,
that.
we're all in the medical club here.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
the way to put it. Yeah.
I'm checking the U.S. Virgin Islands as well
Oh wow.
because instead of having to come all the way back, check into U.S. Virgin Islands or Guam.
Hmm. Guam would be okay, but Guam's expensive, but still.
And
You know what? I asked my healthcare provider, United Healthcare. I called up the lady one time and I said, "Hey, can I use my insurance in Guam?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, Puerto Rico either?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, why is that? It's part of the United States." So out of curiosity, I was looking at United Healthcare AARP, Advantage Plan. So it said type in the zip code that that you want to use it in. So I type in Guam zip code, and it says, yeah, you can use it there.
She
So
don't know what the fuck she talking about.
so how many people do I have to go through at United Healthcare in order to, you know, get this done?
5 million.
Because it's a much shorter trip to Guam than it is way back here, and my
Yeah.
back can't take this shit, boy. I
And you
tell
know
you.
we got retired military living on Guam, getting Social Security and Medicare.
Yeah, it's expensive there, but it's an option,
Do they have a VA clinic on Guam?
No,
There's a hospital though, but they're not they don't have I don't think they have the facilities for heart bypasses and stuff like that.
only
But
Manila got clinic.
you asked that guy that living in the Pacific, he used to be retired Samar. He's back in Samar for a while, and he lived there, so he would be the guy really to ask. He had TRICARE though,
Tony,
military.
I know for a fact Manila is the only place where a VA facility is.
Yeah, in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about a general where
Mm-mm.
you can use your Medicare in Guam.
Yeah. David is in Guam, by the way. David's Island Life and Adventures. He's in Guam.
There you go.
But there's no VA facility there.
Okay.
No, there's not. I'm not talking about the VA. I'm just talking
Oh,
about using. I'm just talking about using the health care that I have right now.
mhm.
That's what my story
Yeah,
was about.
Yeah. And
that's
David's
what I thought, David.
all to come to Guam. He's invited us all to come to Guam and stay at his house.
Mm.
Woohoo.
Yeah, yeah, Naval Hospital, but can a vet not on a military pension use it? Probably not.
They stopped us from going to Bremerton Naval. Retirees also. It's only for military,
Ain't that
active duty and the family.
ain't that something? But right back to my United Healthcare thing.
Yeah,
If
what
I
about
can
it?
if I can type in a zip code, a Guam zip code into the question they're asking me, and I type it in there and it says yes. Well, how come my regular one don't work there? Because I could tell by the lady's the tone of her voice and how she was speaking that she was guessing.
That's right. A lot of them just guess because they don't know. They don't want to deal with it. So
But the
the
the,
faster they get you off the phone, the better they get to another phone call, which means they meet their quota of phone calls for the day.
so Guam only has
Lynn says,
Guam only has a military hospital. That's it. No civilian hospital. Gotta
I'm sure
be.
they got a civilian hospital.
There's gotta be.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
It may be closer to a Filipino hospital than a standard American hospital. I don't know.
No. Well,
No,
Nothing American's gonna be close to theirs.
Tim, the only thing we have on Guam is, from being a big city regional hospital is the outpatient clinic. That's all we got.
In Manila, yeah.
In Guam too.
Guam too, is that right?
Yeah, outpatient.
Well, what about who's there? You said David. What uh, does Guam have obviously they got to have a civilian hospital.
Yeah, he's saying that there's two civilian hospitals.
Okay. What do they all do there? Do they do major surgeries or no?
Mm-hmm. You've heard of the horror stories where they fly some injured person to Guam?
Yeah, from cruise ships and other trips. So I'm sure they're very.
Well, who better to ask than somebody that lives there? And here he is. But my situation was
That's not
non-VA.
me.
Hang on.
Uh,
All the women calling him. See all them women?
so you know, I don't know what happened with this.
Yes.
But I think David helped me. David helped me out.
What happened?
David helped me out today.
Auntie, with my auntie.
Oh
Only
no. Don't get in it.
Because you know
only
why? Because the bill of the water bill and the electric
limited
bill.
surgery.
Mhm.
Huh?
Don't get in it.
Really?
Just stay out of it. Mm-hmm.
No,
No,
I'm just
mute yourself here, bro.
just okay.
Oh, okay.
Because
Good to know.
my auntie,
Good to know.
my
David,
father house,
we must go to.
the electric and the water is
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You can do that with that TRICARE, right? I don't think I can.
so we need to pay na. But my fathers, they have no money pa. My auntie is like blah 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 blah. So my father's
Who the
high
hell's
blood.
that?
Well, tell him calm down.
The
'Cause
professor.
Somebody's mad at him.
Who's mad at him?
Somebody. Sounds
Nah,
like.
she
Sounds
ain't
like.
mad at him.
you
I
don't
think
have
it's
it
his
either.
sister, right? That's your sister?
Well, that was that English?
The Filipino
Hmm.
sister right there, over there.
So David,
Everything else come in.
or anything serious.
Car payment, insurance, phone, cable, credit card, and electric.
Yeah, James Brown singing,
All those bills ain't even paid yet.
living in
So
America.
you just have to wait.
Papa was a
We'll come
Rolling
up with
Stone.
something. I
Hey,
mean,
Papa was a Rolling
how
Stone.
much could it be?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I don't know how much to pay the electric and the ano. Because my auntie is also buying the
David,
house.
say if you had
So mas
if
more
you
on
needed a
so many
bypass,
of my father's house.
Yeah.
I know according to
Yeah. All them
AARP,
bridges in there,
United
shaving,
Healthcare, it's
shower,
recommended by
charging
Yeah.
AARP.
phone,
Or
TV,
she
washing.
So
Yep.
uh,
But she already
and my
know that.
auntie is
do they do that kind
yeah,
of
my auntie is
thing over there?
So he's asking about
Probably
maybe
not.
like a bypass and all of those things.
Probably
David,
not.
if they do that in Guam, or you guys medevacing those? I
But,
think there's a
well,
lot here to come.
Hawaii be closer than coming back
I wish we
here.
could help, but we can't do nothing until all my bills get paid.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
And ain't none unpaid but the rent.
Hawaii ain't that far away. I think it's 7 or 8 hours from
None.
Guam.
But Tim is
Only
saying,
bill paid is the rent and the water bill.
you know, which
Because I
VA
put them
hospital
together
you're
in
going
the
to
money order.
come back to? Is there one that's better than the other?
They'll come up with something. Somebody will do something.
Hmm.
It's always fight over money. Never fail.
Hmm.
VA hospital. Yeah, we have a good one in Arkansas. I don't know.
I got too much heat on.
Hospitals like Walter Reed in Washington or something. Isn't that the main?
I heard, you know, I with
Yeah,
my
I'm over
back
here. I was
doctor
telling you
years
live
ago.
stream.
Years ago, I
I
asked
feel
my
like
back.
Filipino was telling.
Can you hear me, David?
I can hear you.
Okay.
The other David? Yeah, I got you.
All right. Where's Joe?
He
Well,
lost.
oh man, that boy, lodging too, man. If you want to go to Guam, that stuff's expensive to live over there. Even if you had to lay up with something, I think Hawaii would probably be. Yeah, I think you got to have a VA hospital there that'll set you up. You know.
Yeah, I think I mean, like what David is saying is,
Hmm.
you know, they have hospitals in Guam, but if there's a major thing, he's saying that you either go to the Philippines or back to the United States, all the way to the States. So if a Philippine hospital for major surgery is better than that you get at Guam, you kind of got to weigh your option. Do you stay in the Philippines and take a chance there, or are you going to go ahead and come back to the United States, to California or Hawaii? And my personal opinion is, look, I don't know. I'm sure Hawaii's fine and they got excellent Medicare, or medical, but it would make sense to me that if you're coming all the way back, you might as well just come back to the States and go to the mainland and get things done where you needed to be done. So that's it.
Plus, you got your insurance to cover it. Where did he go?
I don't know where he went. Here he
I'm
is.
sitting up there with the heat on, just had coffee. I'm looking like a Filipino now with the towel all around. That coffee got me sweating.
So Tim says he doesn't want to go to St. Luke's in Manila. So James says your mic is working good. Joe's going to be in the background.
You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Philippines is a good option for locals because it's more affordable.
And those who got some of that lousy health.
Yeah.
That don't do the trick.
No, it doesn't. Well,
Hey,
that's Tony has his mic turned off again.
I only have VA coverage for my medical coverage. That's all we need, baby. That's all we need. And when they try to throw that Social Security Part B on you, tell them, okay, you want to opt out of that. Keep your money because your doctor visits go to the VA, not to no civilian. You know. When they start sending me my United Healthcare package, since I'll be 65 in 4 months, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need Part B. I opt out the minute I got Social Security on disability.
Part B isn't what costs us any extra money, though, right? It's Part C and D, which is what costs the extra money.
Every year since I got my Social Security in 2012, Medicare Part B was $104. Now it's over $180.
Ouch.
And that's to pay for doctor visits. When you got a primary care provider at the VA, you don't need that.
Yeah. So I know for me, all I do, so when I get in an Advantage plan, I pay no extra money than what I pay for Part B. It's the exact same cost. So it's free, which makes Part B and the Advantage plan the only cost that I have rolled into one. So I'm actually, in the way I see it, is I'm kind of paying for the Humana plan.
Right. Tim, you need to submit the form to opt out of Part B because your regular visits go to your primary care provider at the VA. You don't need to pay for Part B.
Yeah.
Keep your money.
And you can do that. And I was telling Mr. Yank earlier about that. It's kind of like, look, if you're going to be overseas, when you come back to the United States, you can reactivate Part B like that. You just call it and say, hey, I want Part B.
And they start taking your money.
So while you're out and you can't use it anyway, don't pay for it.
No.
All right, my dog's here. Everybody say hi to my dog.
Hello.
Everybody say hi to the dog.
You know, when I first got my Social Security disability, and they were telling me about what comes out of Part B, out of my check, I was like, what? No, I got a doctor already. So I found the form at the VA, at the Social Security Administration, filled it out, sent it back. You know, the lady said to me, where did you find this form at? How do you know about this? I said, I can read.
Yeah.
And like Gary opted out, and he's way older than us.
Right.
And he goes to the VA.
Yeah, I have Part B, C, and D is what I have.
But did you retire with the what do you call that? TRICARE?
Me?
For life? Yeah.
Got a fly in here. No.
But you don't, well, you go to the VA.
I do.
Oh, so then.
I'm not military at all. I've never been in the military.
Oh, yeah, well, you're going to need Part B.
So, yeah, I need Part B, C, and D.
Right, for the drugs.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
You got your dental plan too?
Yes, and vision.
And vision, right.
I just switched over to a new program that gave me all of that. The one I've had for the last couple of years didn't give me that. So
Right.
now I have it.
I thought United Healthcare give you money to it every month.
Humana does. I got
Oh,
it
Humana.
the other day for $75.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not getting any of the plans. They sent me the garbage the other day. I'm like, what? What do I need with this? I got to hit some bloody way.
and Tim doesn't have the TRICARE, United Healthcare. Yeah.
It's close to the trash can.
But then again, I tell people, lessons that I've learned from talking to everybody and myself is that if you have major health issues, and if you're in the States and you're thinking about retiring in Thailand or Mexico or Belize or Honduras or the Philippines, you may want to think twice, because it's going to be more difficult if you have serious meds that you need. If you can't, one thing I tell people is, look, if you physically can't enjoy the environment and take advantage of it, if you can't walk a lot, and if your ankles are bad and your knees are shot and your back is bad, and it's really hard for you to just get around in general, then going somewhere where it's not as easy from an infrastructure standpoint may not be the smartest thing.
All right.
That's what I think.
Well, I just got some, I don't know. Well, Tim knows about these examinations we get from the VA when we got a claim in. I just got a call this morning for 2 appointments. They want to double check my whole spine again. I'm like, what? With an x-ray, which you really can't see anything with an x-ray.
Right.
But I already had the MRI. They see all of that. I'm like, and now I've got a new QTC examiner I got to see next Friday.
What Tim is saying, here's a ranking of the best states for VA: Texas, Florida, Alaska, and Nevada. So that's interesting. Texas, Florida, Alaska, and Nevada.
Yeah, that's why I'm still here, Tim. Plus, I got this open claim for unemployability. My lawyer is handling it. So that's what these appointments are for. So I can finish this claim. I'm thinking maybe no later than May, I'm out of here.
That's right. You want to get everything done, and if you're, before leaving the States, no matter where you go, you want to try to be, because I guess part of this goes back to my teaching philosophy in life, and I would tell young people, look, I had young people all my life wanting to go and get careers and work these big fancy jobs, and I would tell them, the best thing you can do while you're young is go travel, go live overseas, go backpacking, take advantage of the fact that your health is good. And then when it starts to go downhill, then figure out where to settle permanently. Take advantage of the youth. I'm a real big fan of that. I didn't do it, and I wish I would have.
Yeah, Tim, CMP exam for my dyslexia, whatever they call that shit, depression, the brain thingy, and then my right leg sciatica. They got to check that out.
Ouch.
To increase it.
Good. So you're hoping, are you about ready to go to 100% then?
I'm at 90. Anything else, it has to be a higher rating, because the math is funky. I mean, it's like you start out at 100%, then they give you 50%. So now you're only 50% whole. Then they give you a 10%. 10% of 50 is only 10. You subtract 10 from that, now you're only 40% whole. And then they give you a 20% increase. Now you have to subtract 20% from 40%. Then your numbers go down where you can't get a whole number. That's how they do it.
That's bonkers.
You hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
I was trying to do shit, but I was sitting back fucking stage here forever.
What do you mean? You're sitting back. They
I
were
was
showing
fucking
that you weren't
sitting
connected.
right here, man. Oh
No,
my
your
God.
device was not connected. I've been waiting on you. It
It's
was not.
connected right now.
Now it is.
I've been
No.
waiting.
No,
Oh, fuck.
it
You
was
just didn't
showing
see
not
me, that's all.
connected. I'm telling you.
Holy shit.
You just popped up.
Oh,
If you're
I'm
not
telling you.
connected, I can't click.
Yeah, that sciatica kicking my ass right now every night. I mean, it's got to the point where now I have to sleep like Count Dracula
God, gee.
No, man.
because
You
I
know
can't
what?
lay on the side. You
You know,
know, I have to sleep on my back to keep the back
here's what
flat.
here's what happened to me when I was about 50. I was, I'm cutting the grass going, damn, man, my back kind of hurts. Probably just out of shape. I didn't do no running, nothing, lifting or nothing. And then as years went on, I started going. I went to the doctor and he said, man, I said, it's like 2012. I said, hey, could you fix this? Well, I tried some pills because they don't give you the cortisone's just a term nowadays. So I tried these pills, they didn't work. And he said, I said, would I be able to do my job if you operate on this? He said, I'd have to say no. So I said, I can't do that right now. I got to work. So, so my back is bothering me. I always have to sleep on my side. So
Mhm.
when I fell and hit my head on that ice, like I never hit it harder than I ever had in my life. Um, I went to work, concussion, all that shit. I worked every day. That never took off. And that was killing me. And the only problem I had was at home when I went to slam my side for my back, my brain was pounding like a heart, like boom, boom. So I endured that and a wife that wouldn't get out of my freaking ear about anything. And I figured I had that coming from being an asshole. So so I endured that bullshit. And then I told a guy the other day, I said, I'm not the kind of person that says, well, 30 more days, if it ain't good, I ain't doing it no more.
Mhm.
I do it till I can't take it no more, which it takes a lot. And I know none of these folks that I know, especially over there, could have dealt with what I dealt with. And the doctors have been little to no help. I've kind of with the medical advice and tutoring from you, Ronald, and
Mhm.
Steve Montelli, that started to open my mind up to find things out and figure it out. Because believe me, I swear to God, you're your own you're your own best friend when
Right.
it comes when
And
it comes.
we
I
appreciate you.
don't.
Take care and feed the kids.
You got a freaking doctor, man, that should know what the side effects are of medicine and don't even tell you. And you're looking at your stuff and you go, hey, that's a side effect of that medicine I take. That's why
Mhm.
this is happening to me. You know,
Mhm.
it didn't dawn on me till the last time I was in the hospital. I saw that do it a year before, and I was popping nitroglycerin pills, and
Oh,
it wasn't my heart. It was my chest constriction. From
so
the
the next time
oxycodone.
you get a flat tire, change your oil.
There you go.
Fuck. It's well, it's better late than never. You learn. Thank God. There's been a this pandemic has helped me out. That killed my
Right.
cousin, but
Mm.
and a guy named Bobby there he has a channel. He's out of Southern California by Nevada, and he's in Thailand right now. He got COVID.
Ouch.
Man,
Yeah, and he just got there.
this ain't Bobby in the wheelchair, is it?
No, no, it's a Bobby in the morning. They do karaoke a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
What's it called? Time to Get Going. That's his channel.
Oh, Tom. Yeah, I know Tom. I didn't know he was in Thailand.
You
Yeah,
heard about
him and his wife went on a vacation over there.
you heard about that jackass Bam or whatever?
No, 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 no. Uh-uh.
He passed away. He had 4 strokes. I mean, 4 seizures, and he had COVID. Then he said he drank some bad blood and
Oh,
got pneumonia.
that dude's a. Oof.
Who was
I
it?
don't want to speak. I can't speak ill of the dead, man. But he
Who was
wasn't
it?
all. He wasn't all there.
What was
What's
the
his name, Tony? Bama?
Bama, yeah, that was a long time ago. He's been on there.
Yeah, Bama. Yeah.
He's been on there since I first started watching stuff, but not,
Doing that crazy stuff. Yeah, baby, he's gone.
yeah.
I saw it this morning. I was like, oh no, not the jackass.
Yeah.
You know what? We had this guy named he was a ride around at uh, a guy went to South Division. He was a couple of years older than me in school, but we all knew the same people. His name was Pedro, and Pedro used to hang out with him because Pedro had a place to stay in, but he like ride the bus. He'd piss himself all the time,
Mm,
and everybody used to talk shit about that. But when we heard that somebody said he died, they were all concerned,
mm,
so
Yeah.
it ended up that he might be gone by now, and I didn't know this till Gilbert told me, and that was a couple of years ago. He said that he had something with the heart there, and it was only a matter of time before he died, you know. And even though the guy pissed himself, and Gilbert's wife said, "Don't ever bring that guy around her no more," because he
See,
pissed in
that's
his house.
the rule I have in my life. This is
People liked him, you know.
one rule I have in my life is I think if I think you're an asswipe in your life when you die, you're still an asswipe when you're dead.
mhm.
Period.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna. You know what? This is what happened. This is why I won't say anything about anybody like that after they're gone. Because when I worked in the factory, we had this guy that was just all full of himself. He was a know-it-all, a smart ass. This guy, I'm better than you kind of person. When you'd go bowling and if you didn't throw it, if you threw it an unconventional way, it used to piss him off. So it got to a point where I didn't even talk to the dude anymore. I'd say hi, he wouldn't say shit. So I left it alone. One day on the elevator, he said hi to me. I didn't even say nothing back. And then I was goof. I was not on a job. I was in the electrical department with these other dudes playing computer games. And I said, we were talking about him. I go, that guy's an asshole. I hope that fucker's sitting out there somewhere dead, you
Oh,
know? And sure enough, the dude shot himself. And uh,
But see,
I
I don't think
never,
it's okay
I
to talk,
never, I
talk
never said it. I'll never say nothing about anybody like that again.
Yeah, I
mm,
don't think it's good to talk bad about the dead, but I don't believe it's okay to sugarcoat and say, "Oh no,
Well,
he was really a
you
good
know,
guy." You know,
I mean, a lot of people,
yeah,
one of my friends at work, his mom died. She had brain cancer, and she was a cousin of the mob people up here. Nice looking lady too, man. But yeah, she went the other way, and sweetheart. And after she died, my ex-wife said, "Did you know she was a lesbian?" I said, "What the fuck has that got? What's that got to do with anything? If you can't say something to somebody while they're alive, don't say shit about them when they're dead."
see, that's what I agree. I agree. I don't think you ought to blow smoke up anybody's ass either way, good or bad.
I
If I,
ain't.
but my personality is, if you're an asshole when you're alive, you're an asshole when you're dead.
Yeah, you could, but
You are, and that's okay.
I'm not gonna say good. This guy dead. No, I don't wish that shit on nobody, man.
I don't think wish for anybody to be dead. I just don't think people ought to praise a bad person when they're dead. Just
Oh no, no, we ain't no that I would never. I couldn't even fathom that.
but a
Praising.
lot of that
I ain't
happens,
saying anything good about Hitler.
right? But that's
He
the
loved his mother,
yeah. Well, the funny thing is, Hitler's about the only person besides some crazy ass people that doesn't. That people go that doesn't get that whole. But he really was a good guy. They even talking about like
My
Mussolini.
mother, my mother would
Mussolini was
find
a good guy because he made the trains run on time.
my mother would find good in Charles Manson.
Right. Yeah,
That's just the
Charles was a
that's
good
just
guy.
the way my mother is, man. I don't
You
know.
know, Charlie was a good guy because he really only killed less than 20 people. You know?
Well, you think, yeah? Oh, that was worse. You know, what the
What about Jeffrey Dahmer? He's a nice guy. He didn't eat the fingernails.
There you
yeah,
go. There you
yeah,
go. See?
yeah.
I hate people, you know.
And the family of one dude that was Spanish, they said, oh, he wasn't gay. Well, well, why'd he go to hang out at that faggot bar?
No, he was gay. He was gay. He openly.
He had to be. You just don't go up
Well,
in there.
his family probably didn't know shit, but the last guy the cops could have saved, they kind of laughed it off because this little Asian dude was running, Conorak Symphophone, his name was, and he was running down the street naked and crying, and Dahmer came out and said that he was with him.
Right.
So he goes, oh, we just had a fight. So they're thinking, you
Yeah.
know, a couple of queer dudes had a fight. And
Yeah.
they allowed him, they let him go back in, and Dahmer killed him. And that's the one that let the cat out of the bag. As a matter of fact, I played industrial leagues softball league, and Dahmer was on the Ambrosia chocolate team. He worked at Ambrosia, where the Bradley, where the Pfizer Forum is now. Yeah, I remember that dude.
Well, Tony, you ever heard of this guy named Andrew Tate?
What's that?
You ever heard of this guy named Andrew Tate?
No.
Yeah, it sounds real familiar. Which one is he?
He used to be a kickboxer. He's one of these YouTube or whatever influencer, always downplaying them with
Okay.
misogyny and all that. So he got on the Greta, Thunberg. The girl was talking about him and his, muscle cars and ruin the environment, right? So he asked for her email so she could send it back to him, so he can show off his cars. And then she replied, small dick energy at #getlife.com. Oh, boy, that was funny as hell. Then the idiot turns around and shows a picture of these empty pizza boxes that he's not recycling. And then the Romanian police picked up on it, found out where the guy got the pizza from. They came and arrested him and his brother and his friends because they were under charges of human trafficking, and one of the guys, the idiot, put himself out there trying to hide out in Romania.
Yeah, I did just see a little bit about that today. I did.
Stupid.
I saw that today. That's
Stupid.
crazy.
I mean, if you're on the lam,
Yeah.
why advertise where you at? They can read, oh, that's Julio's Pizza. We know where that's at. Just go over there and ask where the address is and get this dummy.
Well,
Stupid. The Romanian police took all 11 of his cars. He got like a $2.9 million Bugatti, a Rolls, a couple other fancy cars. They snapped all of it up. They probably extradited his ass back to the UK.
probably
Stupid.
if he survives the trip,
Yeah. If I done some dirt and I'm hiding, I ain't advertising where I'm at.
No, you gotta break your habits and do things way, 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 way different in life. That's I'm in the witness protection program myself here, so
Right.
I mean,
You gotta keep your nose clean, lay low.
that's it. It's
Never
amazing.
mind.
I saw a couple of videos on Facebook about this, and I didn't know who he was. A dude who's been on YouTube for a long time, who basically does cars. He's into cars, expensive cars, and he got arrested here recently from videos that are old of car street racing. Now I don't know if he was one of the drivers, but apparently now what they've done is the police have decided we can't catch them, we can't stop them. So if they see a YouTube video, if they can figure out who the driver is, then they go and put a thing about endangerment. So endangering society or the public. They can't charge him for racing, but they've come up with a new way of charging these guys for street racing that's not called street racing. And this guy on Facebook was saying, hell, these YouTube videos are like 7 years old. They're almost, too far away. Um, so you got to be careful.
Stupid. That's just stupid. Ugh. And they got Al Chapo's son too.
Yeah, it's just crazy. What's
Oh, you hear Tim?
Well,
But
you're right, Tim. And the bottom line is, I don't know who I am either. You know, I wake up every day and the wife tells me who I am today.
right.
You know, and but you know, it's interesting social media because you know I watch a lot of serial killer stuff, and you had that one crazy guy that killed the cats and stuff, and you know, and people were able to track him down by the background and the furniture and the blankets, you know, and pinpoint his locations and things, you know.
Right. It's stupid. They would never catch me. They would never catch me because I would not be posting nothing on social media. I wouldn't even walk to the street to get a newspaper. No, they would not find me. If they ain't found me yet, you know, these people, CIA, FBI, Interpol, Scotland Yard, they don't quit till they get you.
Well, and I think you're right. If you're going to rob a bank or do anything bad like that, the key is to give up social media and just go lay low. You know, I mean, low. Don't do Facebook anymore. Don't do anything. Just go and pretend it's 1950 and enjoy your life. Nobody would ever, and nobody, and once they can't find you in the social media world, they'll give up and quit looking for you.
At some point, but then some way, all this facial recognition software out in these cameras,
Yeah.
they gonna find you.
Yeah.
But they'll never stop looking, really.
No.
They don't stop.
So should I do another round of plastic surgery so I can stay hid from the cameras?
Right.
You know,
I want to look less like Eddie Murphy.
there you go. Or more like him, and just think that you're, you know, him reincarnated, or that he really did die.
Yeah, don't give me Bill Cosby face either. You don't want that look.
Is Eddie Murphy alive or dead?
He's still alive.
Is he?
He's hanging in there. Didn't he get out?
Yeah, Bill Cosby is out of jail. He's got a stand-up tour coming up.
God, he must be.
Shit.
Who was that?
Well,
Some comedian said if you go to the tour, if you go to the show, what you gonna do with your drink? Sit there in the audience like this?
You gotta make sure you don't get roofied.
Yeah, you don't get roofied.
You got funny.
Yeah.
And he may be guilty, but you gotta admit that whole Me Too thing got way out of control, where everybody was coming out.
Hey.
Everybody was doing it. I mean,
what I'd like to know is, so something happened 40 years ago. So that means if a group of all these bitches you used to screw are mad at you and find out you're rich, they all get together and say, this guy had sex with me and drugged me. What the hell is that?
Well,
what is that shit?
But
that's bullshit. But how do you prove it? You can't. There's no drug.
And that's where social media comes in. And that's my
fucking bullshit.
You know,
well, hey, I ain't condoning he did something like that, but any one of us that could happen to.
Yeah. Didn't he get it in the end though? Wasn't it reversed or something?
Yeah, it
doesn't matter. The point is you got to go through this shit.
Oh, I know.
Right, yeah.
So if I got 10 pissed off girlfriends that I was doing them all at the same time, y'all get together 40 years from now, and I'm 100 fucking years old, and they're gonna try me and put me in jail because of these disgruntled bitches.
If they're gonna do that, I want my reparation. I wasn't there in slavery, but I know some of my people was. We need a check.
I'll take some too while I'm at it. Shit.
Yeah.
Distress.
Like McConnell. He did
Hey.
another 180. What did they say?
As long as the Democrats are going to raise the debt ceiling, raise it high enough to give us all a lot of money. Then.
Yeah, so we all can be in debt.
Yeah,
Well, you know, I didn't get my permission for my forefathers to bring me over here, so I
Right.
have money too. So
I'm
somebody,
telling you,
yeah, that's
everybody
right.
needs to
Then
get
they went
ready.
together, man. It was
right?
people did blow, even if, all of a sudden this chick's gonna go, oh, it offends me 40 years from now. It offends me more than it did when it happened. The
And you
fucking,
know that was the standard procedure in Hollywood. Them
yeah,
girls knew. They
ah,
knew.
you tell me
Harvey,
somebody dressed with her titties hanging half out, that dress cut right below that muff, ain't gonna get a lot of attention. What are you asking for when you're looking like that? Not not
they,
that not that it, not that it's right to take advantage, but I mean, come on.
times have changed. It's a new world we live in.
Yeah, I know. I'll wait till 20 more years. I'll say, yeah, this. My kid got the press because he heard this song 20 years ago, and all his friends said they did. He did too.
mhm.
So give me some
Well,
money.
that well, over Christmas there was a big uproar about the Christmas song, "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Yeah. That didn't really gain any. That was treading water
But
because
one of the number one songs in the nation was talking about bitches and hoes. And
people
Right,
people
right.
people kind of said, nah, they tried. They
Yeah,
tried to
come on,
diss that shit. It came back. You
come
know what? Honestly, that's the first time I ever found out it was like that. So I got fooled for my whole life for 50 years. I
Hmm.
mean,
Well, I just don't think it matters. I think if you don't like it, don't listen to it and leave
yeah.
everybody else alone. I'm one of those.
It's like saying a pledge of allegiance to the flag, and people got a problem with it because you have God in there, but they don't. They just go around picking on shit. Is it really gonna bother? Listen, when I was in grade school, sixth grade, I was in Ohio. We had a Lutheran teacher. It was the Lutheran faith, the public school. We used to say Our Father every morning. If you didn't want to, you didn't have to.
Yeah,
And some people sat that out,
yeah.
but it didn't hurt nobody.
No,
You
and
know,
that's the key these days. We need to just leave people alone and let them.
you
And
know, you
I
know,
mean, the people that are woke needs to stop and let
you know
people
what,
alone. We
Now
you
all
know,
they need to really woke.
you,
we just
you
need
know
to
what these Middle Eastern dudes. I forget what country they're from, but they work at a job, and they had, you got your break, your 10 minutes here, and then lunch, 10 minutes after. They pitched a bitch because they want to lay that carpet down and do praying when it was, half hour after lunch. And they tried. The employer said, "We provide break times. You want to do that? You're on your own time.
do it on
Well,
your break. That's right.
you get fired. Fuck it. Who the fuck are they?
Right?
Come on.
That
Oh,
they got to make salat 5 times a day.
That's
yeah,
right.
you guys are making this shit's making my blood pressure go up, man. How about calming
Tony,
it down?
the latest one that got me stirred up is
Hmm.
down in Florida, where what is it? They passed a law where you can't make a white kid feel uncomfortable about slavery. What?
Oh,
What?
jeez.
It's in the history book. What the?
Well, you know what? The governor up here, when he was a school superintendent, he wanted all the white kids to wear bracelets saying that they were privileged.
And you can't do
Kid,
that either.
how's a kid in grade school that young got to process this shit?
Right.
The problem in our education system is we have
Oh,
too many
God,
teachers
man.
that want to teach their agenda, not an
Mm.
education platform. Instead of teaching
Sounds
math,
like a liberal, man.
and geography, they want to teach about transgenderism. They want to teach about this. They want to teach about that. Instead of teaching what they need
Hey,
to teach.
now that we're on this live stream and that's your thing, I'll
Yeah,
say it is. I got a nephew. I
George.
have a nephew. A nephew had a kid, and she already had 4 boys, and she always constantly said around the fourth one, she said, "I wish I had a girl. I wish I had a girl." Now all of a sudden, this kid's a transgender. They call it Gussie. They dress it up with all kinds of shit, and I'm thinking to myself, if especially with these athletes and all this shit, if you got the plumbing to match that shit, then you're in. If you don't, then fuck you then.
Mm,
That's what I got
mm.
to say. That there's a man, there's a woman. Ain't nobody in there going, well, I want to act like this. I identify. Well, I'm an asshole. I identify with that. What the fuck is? How come twisted this shit is? You know what? All it's gonna take is one individual with a fucking beard, like in that movie, Bachelor Party. The guy's messing around. He's drunk. He said, "Oh, we're talking about kids." He looks through the window. He looks in the bathroom. There's the dude standing up pissing in the toilet.
A dude or a chick?
It was the dude. He thought it was a chick the whole night.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had
Tony,
amazing
I think
sex.
something worse than that. I'm coming out of the car to go into the dollar store.
Hmm.
This pregnant bearded dude comes out.
What?
Yeah.
Bearded pregnant dude.
It was a woman. She kept her regular parts. She got a boyfriend or whatever. Got knocked up. She wanted to be a man, but she kept all the other stuff. And now
You
she's
know what?
pregnant, running
You know
around
what
with a
that
beard.
some people's heads, man, that messes them up when they do that switch. I
They
worked for
just,
guys in a factory that were queer, and they told me about people they knew that had whatever they call that shit, reassignment or whatever.
Reassignment.
But he said one person went from a guy to a woman, drove him mad, man. You know, it just messed with his head with the hormones and all that shit. But if you
mm.
got the you can't, because you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings. If you wanna participate in women's sports, chop that fucker off. Until then, go with the guys. You can act like a bitch all you want to.
Tony, we gotta give it some leeway because we allowed Bruce Jenner to be a decathlon.
Oh please. You know what, man? I saw it at a they were handing out condoms. It was some kind of promotion for, young people not, being responsible. This
Mhm.
fucker was getting off on talking to the chicks about condoms. You're 70 years old. You had a wife that was hotter than fucks and her stepdaughters, and you got a daughter that looks good, and you want to go grow a pair of tits, and they're going to give you the Courage of the Year award, whatever they did on ESPN.
Tony,
What I think is funny is because I saw
Fucking
this recently. There's a couple of white girls who say that somebody
oh
distant
my
in their
god, probably over
family
a
was
fucking
black.
100, man.
So they want to identify as being black, but they're whiter than I am. That's one thing I think is funny.
right? Remember the white chick up here in Washington State?
Oh yeah, the NCAA person or whatever she
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. Running the NAACP.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember.
that one that was lying about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just so my point is, why can't people just be happy with who they are?
When I was in the army and I had these dudes, they had extra duty because they fucked up. And I said, look, man, I can't go nowhere till you guys get done. One of them was a white dude that liked talking like he was black. And I
Oh,
thought, and I thought to myself, he had a ski slope nose. He was looking whiter than fucking like the Grinch is so Christmas kind of.
man.
And I was like, if I don't know how you guys feel, but this fucker's trying to act like he's me, and he ain't nothing like me. He don't even live like me. He just talks like me. He acts like me. You know,
Now, can you imagine me, Tony, down in Little Italy? Oh,
Franco Harris, man. He got accepted.
right. But he could pass.
You go,
I
hey,
can't pass.
when they had 4 million Italians went back home because when they immigrated here, but it was primarily the southern one below Rome, they they forced them to label that they were black,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't, per se. But I
Yeah,
mean,
Prince's father was black Italian.
come on, man. I mean, today's world, who fucking gives a shit? It's like,
Hey, I know nowadays. I mean, but certain places in the world, like in the music industry, movies, these people are held to this agenda of this androgyny. They have to do it. They have to do it. You see what Magic Johnson did to his boy.
No, what
was
do you
gay
do?
son
No, what do you
Yeah,
do?
Junior?
and then you got Angelina Jolie flipping the kid. You got Will Smith flipping those kids.
Hmm.
See, that's what I mean. Why can't people just be happy with people who they are and leave other people alone, do their own business, take care of their own life, take care of their own business, mind their own business.
Can't be.
Uh,
Because
I'm
it's socially acceptable, acceptable to complain about shit, and instead of expecting you to do something about it, it's easy to say, "Oh, here you go, you poor little
and,
guy.
and one thing,
Here's a fucking dress."
from a truly scientific or clinical standpoint, I don't know if there is a black person, and I definitely know there is no white person.
I
The
haven't
true
seen
color, well, everybody is cream. There's a shade. There's different shades.
Pasty, man. I'm pasty.
You know, you're not
no, and you're not even whiter than a Korean.
Well, they strive to be white though.
Well,
Yeah,
Japs
and
too.
Chinese are just as pearly white. And, I mean,
Yeah.
no
Hey,
color.
listen, I told this. I was at this get together. My sister's friends. They're also a few of them were my friends growing up. 4th of July party, and I'm talking to one. I went to school with her brother, and her niece. I think she had a niece there. I think her niece was Dominican. She was not dark, but she looked beautiful, man. And she's talking to the auntie. She said, I just wish I was. She wanted to be white, a whiter, a white. And she turned to me and she said, "Hey, what do you think about what my niece is saying?" I said, you're beautiful the way you are, and she really was. She really
Mhm.
was. She was smoking. I said, white girls spend hundreds of dollars a summer trying to get to look like
Look like
you,
you. Yeah.
and you got it. So
yeah, that's
all
what,
because all the friends she hung around were either white or Spanish with a little brown skin.
and
And I ain't shitting you, dude. She was so freaking beautiful, man.
and that's what's really funny is,
Oh,
and I told Filipinas this all my life because I've been around them since I was 16. At least most Americans and
the
Canadians
magazines anyway, man.
and white guys, they actually don't like bright white girls. They actually like girls that look more, like what Asian women are supposed to be, or Hispanic, a little
Hey,
Italian. But they don't like bright white chicks. So why try to become one?
I went to my son-in-law. We had a rehearsal dinner when my daughter got married,
Mhm.
and his two of his friends were sitting across the table, a couple down from my son next to me, and these guys were. This chick looked like she never saw a fucking ray of light ever. I mean, I looked at they looked like they were a vampire couple, and this guy had on this silk shirt, and he had this cheap fucking chain, and I'm looking at him going, and he's sitting back like he's something else.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking to myself, these guys must run from the house to the car, or where, or
With the
or
umbrella.
or wear some kind of bodysuit of some kind because there wasn't a bit of their skin colored at all.
Well,
Mm.
there are people that doesn't have the ability in their pigments to darken the
Yeah,
pigment.
I know what they are. I've seen them. I know I've seen them.
But
And some don't have the ability to be exposed to it either.
that's correct. That's correct.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, before my coma, before I was in the coma, I couldn't be exposed to sunlight. It was actually causing sores and blisters all over my body.
Right.
I go
Well,
out
put
in
your
the sun.
pants on, you wouldn't have a problem.
No, it was everywhere. That's what all these scars are.
All right.
So I'd go out in the sun and I'd get blisters. But after my transfusion, and they took all my blood out and put clean blood in, it has gotten much better. But there for a year, for about 5 or 6 years, even teaching, I'd have to wear gloves because I would be teaching and it was bad right before my coma.
That's a real disorder. When people think that they can't take the sun, they'll automatically blister up and everything
Yeah,
until they get out of it.
Well, when I was a little guy, I up until I was about 50, I used to get tanned every year. Nice brown, for Indian looking brown. And then all of a sudden I started burning when I never burned before. You know?
Yeah, I have a genetic thing that doesn't process vitamin D correctly. So it doesn't, that's my deal. But it only kicked on after the age of 45.
Well, you got
You see
more
that,
issues
Tony?
than
You see that?
Yeah.
This color?
Yeah.
There was a black chick that worked at Safeway with this skin.
Oh Lord.
I said, don't never let nobody tell you ugly.
It's like a mocha, huh?
I mean, darker than me, smooth as butter.
Ain't it? Pure. She's pure.
Yeah, I was like, damn, young girl too. I couldn't hit on her, you know.
Of course.
Those young girls don't want old guys.
You were probably the 50th of the day by the time you saw her.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you should have seen her skin. It's almost like the color of this background on this.
Like that Iman, a little darker than her.
Oh, way darker than Iman. Her dark wasn't pitch, but it was darker than the darkest African you ever seen.
When I was 12 years old, my cousin Mike, he's about 3-4 years older than me. He's the first person I ever smoked some weed with, and we were watching Miss Universe pageant. You know, he had this little octagon little thing, and he says, Miss Chile come up there. She was darker than, like you was saying, and he says, boy, that's sure like some. He'd look at her and he'd look at me, he'd say, it's all pink inside.
Yeah, right. Right. You look at it.
And I was like, what the hell? What? I kind of processed that shit, you know what I'm thinking? Because I went, ugh. But,
yeah, right.
you know, that's before I was, got wiser to the ways of the world and
Right. I wish I never hadn't gotten wise of the ways of the world.
indulged myself a little bit. Let me tell you, women are women no matter what anybody says. Guys are guys.
Tim, take care, my friend. Good to see you.
Yeah, Tim.
Health-wise, everything.
Thanks for listening to the rants.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Take care.
He probably had it on mute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now that I committed to doing what I did here, you're going to have to fix me up later on, David.
How's that?
With this stream,
You got to right this wrong, man. You fucking, what do you mean, what?
I've been wronged.
What?
Or you want to go up here, you mean?
No, man.
Oh, you want to go over here? You're muted again, man. Oh, did I mute you? No, you say you dropped off again.
Now, if you flip it right, you can make an Oreo with fudge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, what is it? I don't know. He disappeared again.
There he is.
You disappeared again.
Well, I turned the headset off, but
Well, it's about my 2-hour mark. So why don't you try to restart one for yourself if you want?
yeah, 2-hour mark. Oh, you've been feeding off of mine, huh?
Yeah, I've been
riding my coattails, man, getting my audience.
I've been holding you down, man.
Right.
I've been telling everybody that I'm substituting in for the Yank until he got his computer fixed.
I was confused when I came up. I was like, what the hell?
I'll
That's
get
why.
it, man.
So here.
Let me get it up here so see if it'll work.
Okay, pull it up and see if it'll work.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna log off of this one though.
Yeah. All right, Professor. I'm off of here too. So,
Yes, sir. Have a
Tony-
good evening, you and Lorelai.
Thank you, sir. Tony's going to pull his up. So.
Right at that.